What's up, everybody? Big Herc, fresh out, and you're tuned in to another interview. And I got legendary Kenny Red with me here today. You know, I happened to come upon a fluke. I'm out here in Vegas, City of Sin, and bumped into one of his people. And they gave me an opportunity to actually meet this man and get an interview. So this is a special one. And I want you guys to get his story firsthand because, there's a lot of stuff out there. And some of it true, some of it not true. So I'm gonna let this man kind of give his story and get the ins and out of what he's been through. So Kenny, man, a lot of people who aren't familiar with you, man, tell them a little bit about, where you're from, how you grew up, and some of your, a little bit about your background.
Well, first of all, I'm from Oakland, California, the Bay Area, deep East Oakland. I've been in the street a long, long time. You know what I'm saying? Still dibbing and dabbling, you know what I'm saying? And jabbing, But I took off in the street when I was 18 years old, and trying to find my way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And a few things that I wanted to do and everything. I didn't know if I wanted to be a killer, a drug dealer, or what. You know what I'm saying? And I ran into my partner, Gangsta Brown, and he gave me the game. And a pimp, that's what I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? But back then it was fun, through the years it was fun, through the ups and downs and everything. But now, it's over.
Yeah.
People not playing, people getting a lot of time, the youngsters not following the rules and the regulations of the game and everything, you know what I'm saying? And then what's messed up about it, the youngsters don't listen to the OGs. You know what I'm saying? They the OGs to them is like, oh no, your time came and went. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you don't know what you're talking about. That don't work no more. Okay, but but now they're getting way more time than what we was getting.
So man, with a lot of what you're seeing now with these youngsters and how they're carrying on with the game, what direction do you see all the stuff going in? Because a lot of kids are being misled and they think this shit's a joke, man. And I be trying to tell them, but a lot of times they think, like you said, you don't know what you're talking about. You an old head,
Well, first of all, let me set the record straight for these youngsters that don't want to listen. I take time out my day to do these interviews. I don't get paid for doing these interviews and everything. I get satisfaction by you guys listening and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind sharing game. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm gonna share the game, I expect for them to use it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, the game is not the same, and I'm quite sure that everybody know that I got a son over here in Las Vegas that been in jail about a year and a half with a $5 million bail. Just got sentenced and got 3 to 10s, which he got to do 9.5 years and ain't never been to jail. You know what I'm saying? Bail stayed at $5 million from the time that he went, But guess where it come from? Not listening, you know what I'm saying? You have to listen. If it's just like the rules apply like when you go into school. Mm-hmm. You got to listen to the teacher. If you want to graduate, if you want to go to the next level, if you want to go to the next grade, you got to listen. So that's just like, Herc, if you told me, say, well, hey, Kenny Red, check this out. We going to the gym, but Kenny Red, this is what you got to do. You can't just go, you can't jump from hitting 225 to hitting 405. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to work your way up. Right. You know what I'm saying? But everybody wanna, let me get mine. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to shine. Everybody want to, want the lights, the camera, and the action. And it's not like that. In the Bible say you got to have patience. And if you don't have no patience, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You got to have dignity about yourself. You know what I'm saying? See, one thing about me, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't drink coffee. I don't eat pork. I don't eat beef. This is how I get by. Prayer, vitamins, and just for me and to dry the gray out my head, that wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Just to color up that wisdom. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, like I say, if the youngsters will listen, and to be able to teach their youngsters, you see what I'm saying? Because the youngsters, they not living long like we was. You know what I'm saying? See now, the way it is now, it's a blessing to live. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm, it's a blessing to be around. Many these youngsters getting shot up and killed like it ain't nothing. And a lot of them be over the females because, oh, well, now he got my broad. Hey, man, if you getting some money, guess what? be glad. It ain't nothing but a contribution because all that's gonna come to an end.
That's
you
right.
know what I'm saying? It don't work like that, man. Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with going to school, getting you an education. Ain't nothing wrong with having you a job. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with taking care of your parents or no nothing. You see what I'm saying? But it's not just about you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I told the mother youngsters I was having a talk with them last week. I said, let me tell you one thing. Remember this. Everybody pay their dues. You might not pay them now. You might not pay them tomorrow, but you're gonna pay them one way or the other. I wouldn't care if a chick come in there and come give you $200,000-$300,000. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna pay your dues one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? You're either gonna fuck the money off, or either the police gonna get it, or something gonna happen. You always pay your dues because you know what? When you get that fast money, I don't know nobody that do right by. Let me tell you one thing. I'm 57 years old. I don't know not one rich pimp or one rich dope dealer. I know a bunch of them that had money. I know a bunch of pimps that had money. I know a bunch of dope dealers that had money. You know what I'm saying? But guess what though? They ain't got it. Because you know what? The ones that I know, everybody done paid their dues. But that's just how it go though. It's rough. And the Bible says if you don't work, you don't eat.
So what's been your experience as far as having been in the game and, you know, been through the system? What is something you like to share as far as like, you know, I know you said you went to the feds and how that all came about, but how you, for a long time, you avoided a lot of that, but eventually, you know, it caught up to you.
Well, unfortunately, it caught up with me through one of my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't run up through these people casinos. I wasn't bothering these chicks up in there. I know nothing because I done paid my dues. I'm an OG, so if a chick wanted to come get with me, I ain't hard to find. I got the same phone number I done had 20 years. What I need to change my phone number for? You know what I'm saying? One thing I know, if I can't pay the bills, what the bills collector gonna do? Jump through the phone and make me pay it? You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, where I mean, you know, where the time is now and everything, you know what I'm saying, man, they have to take heed and see what's really, really going on, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it ain't cool if you ain't got nothing put up for a rainy day.
That's right.
It's not cool at all.
That's right.
Because the only thing you're gonna have is what I used to do. We used to do this. Oh, remember this, remember that. Hey, that's over. A nigga don't want that, man. You know what I'm saying? And these chicks, but you know the cold part about it, in this era, these chicks, they just get their money to anybody. They don't care who it is. They ain't got to have no game. He could be a gang member. He could be a killer. He could come over there and choke your mama, and the chick still gonna give a nigga some money. You know what I'm saying? All that. You know what I'm saying? And then the police now, what the police doing? If you got a chick 200 years old, a nigga got a human trafficking on an adult. You know what I'm saying? Back then it was like if you had an underage, you know what I'm saying? But now it's human trafficking on an adult, on a minor, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter. It don't matter. What these youngsters don't do, what they need to do is if they're gonna continue to be in the game and the life and everything, they need to follow the laws and see what the laws, what kind of law from state to state. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing you got to have when you in the street doing any kind of crime, just like with Donald Trump. You got to have lawyers and bail bondsmen. Yeah, if a nigga ain't got no lawyers and no bail bondsmen, he can forget it. So then you got to call and look around and say, hey man, I need a bail bond. I need a bail bond. You knew that from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You know you need a lawyer. That's just like a chick catch a case. But now you want to call me, ask me what lawyer to use. You already know what lawyer you're supposed to use. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's so in a rush. Let me go get a flashy car. Let me go get some jewelry. Let me go get some clothes. But you know what my son-in-law has said? He said, these niggas get money. He said, but the reason these niggas don't go buy no house because they can't put wheels on them and ride it down the street so everybody can see it. You know what I'm saying? And that's cold. You know what I'm saying? You getting all this money, but you know what I'm saying? But then at the end, it's all over. Wake up. There's nothing wrong with talking to God, saying your prayers. There's nothing wrong with going to school, furthering your education. You know, when you get a high school diploma, I call that's just the bare minimum. I don't believe in giving no kids no $20 and $30 because they got A's and B's. That's what you're supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with going to college. You know, if you got a chick that don't want to give you no money because you want to further educate yourself and everything. Well, shit, she ain't for you anyway. You know what I'm saying? She should want her man to be able to do good, to put a plan for them together and everything. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a chick out here giving a nigga some money, let's go get some syrup and some powder, and you know what I'm saying, and let's go turn up and all that kind of stuff. Hey, if y'all turn it down the way you turn it up, guess what? You'll get way further. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of advice would you give a person who's haven't gone through the system? Because a lot of dudes I see up in there, it's like we were just talking earlier before we were rolling about your partner. He went in there for a bank robbery, got out, and did another bank robbery. I mean, so these dudes is not in there doing constructive stuff with their time. What would you recommend? What would you try to lace these youngsters up who are going in, who have to do the time, so they can get out and be better people?
Well, the ones, I mean, first when you get there, you got to get the program and, get the fill up and see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? But, you have to program, you know what I'm saying? You have to get in them books, you know what I'm saying? You know how they got the jailhouse lawyers? Because remember one thing, if you don't have all day and everything in there, you know what I'm saying? You can still make some out of, my partner, Good Game, he's in jail right now. Good Game got 15 years and about 7-8 months from the feds, right? He been gone like half of that. He in there studying, the stock exchange in New York and everything. Now he became a professional with that, you know what I'm saying? The game has got so lame where it's really a turnoff. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, you don't have fun. Shit, I was having hoes, when they didn't have no phones, no beepers, they got to ride up and down the street to find his hoe, you know what I'm saying? And have somebody else, hey man, you see, hey, no disrespect, you seen this bitch? Yeah, she got, okay, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying? That's it, that's all. Now, you youngsters are sending texts, incriminating yourself, giving these people weapons to use against you, you know what I'm saying, because of what you're saying. And when you get to if you catch a Fed case, the Fed takes all your words that you have said on your phone and use it against you. Now that's some cold game there.
Yeah.
You know her.
You're doing the work for him.
But already. So that's why they designed the cell phone so that way they can keep a track of whoever. That's just like when you get up to leave out your house and everything, and something jump off, and you got your cell phone in your pocket. They know everywhere where you done been. Somebody else could have had your phone, but guess what? By being your phone, you still gonna be charged with it. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, man, what they need to do is figure out a master plan, because getting a bunch of money and no plan is just a waste anyway, because you ain't gonna do nothing, fuck off the money anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just like if you go to the feds and somebody put $5,000 on your books every month, and you be there for about the next 15 months. Do you know how much money that is? And guess what? It's legal.
Exactly.
It's your money.
Exactly.
They're gonna give you a check. They're gonna give you a check for your money. You might have $150,000, $200,000, but it's your money, and you can show where it come from off the books. That's some cold shit. You know what I'm saying?
So what you do with your time while you were in there, as far as to like keep your mind sharp?
Well, what I did, I only had 2 years to do it. When I got to Terminal Island, I think I had like about 11 months to go. You know what I'm saying? And what I did, by me not having no high school education, they made me go to. I had to go to school. When you're in the feds, if you don't have no high school education, you're going to school. I wouldn't give a damn. I wouldn't give a fuck if you're 150 years old. You going to school, or you going to the hole. You ain't gonna tell them what you ain't gonna do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got up every morning, went to school, and everything, and I was trying to. They wanted me to. The teacher wanted me to focus on my GED, but I don't think I never even told nobody the story. I was so pimped out and everything, because even 2 years changed. When I left, people was wearing Fat Farm. When I came back to Ed Hardy, they was wearing Ed Hardy, but that was on the way out the door. You know what I'm saying? Niggas start wearing 2 years. You know what I'm saying? That's in 2 years. Yeah. But I had a Filipino teacher. I forgot what his name was, but I told him, this is what I told him, and in the feds, it's mutual respect. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, I say, check this out. I got this is what I'm gonna do. I'm not finna study for no GED. I said, because when I get out, I got some other shit to do. Where I come from, you don't need no goddamn GED. I said, I already went to college. He said, which one? I said, SWU. He said, what's that college? I said, Sidewalk University, and I got a PhD, Pimp'n hoes daily. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, this is what I'm going to do. I said, I don't need the GED. I said, so I'm not going to disrupt your class. I'm going to sit over in this corner, put my head down because I'm still sleepy and everything. And when class is over, just wake me up. He said, all right, Kenny Red, because everybody in the feds, the guards, everybody, they call me, that's what they all knew me about, Kenny Red. They didn't call me by my government, it's just Kenny Red. You know what I'm saying? So he respected me, I respected him, you know what I'm saying? But if I had any sense, you know what I'm saying? If I had sense, I would have took advantage of that GED. I would have went on and furthered my education. You see what I'm saying? But that's, you know what I'm saying? Out of all my kids, I got 8 of them, and 6 of them have graduated from school. You know what I'm saying? And some of them went to college. My other son, he up next. He's 16 years old, and I got one that's coming behind him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, if them white folks get a hold to you and put you in the system, you have to take advantage of what they have to offer. You see what I'm saying? But so this is how they treat it. Since you didn't want, we was giving it to you free outside on the street, we're gonna give it to you up in here. So you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be either way. You know what I'm saying? Either you're gonna do what we ask you to do. No, they ain't actually, they telling you what to do. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you ain't got no option.
Yeah. This is what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got, well, call the homies on the block, have them jump on me and watch what happens. It's no win situation. You know what I'm saying? But I advise, I advise everybody to reevaluate their life, you know what I'm saying? Reevaluate their surroundings, reevaluate what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, right now we in a no-win situation, you know what I'm saying, and everything. Me, myself, the only thing I want to do is just talk shit, have fun, go to the gym, handle my business, go to work, see me a few bitches, you know what I'm saying, a few females or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, that want to come over, I'll come over there and come visit them or whatever, you know what I'm saying, but I don't want no problem. These white folks ain't got to worry about me being up in their casinos or no nothing. I'm what they call that? I learned my lesson. I'm a mind. I don't like commissary. You know what I'm saying? I don't like using the phone when I can. I don't like have to stand up every day at 4 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what time you sleep. The only thing y'all have to do is just look at your time at 4 o'clock. Niggas in the penitentiary stand up all around the world. They can't tell you they will sleep. It's count time at 4 o'clock.
That's
Am I right or wrong?
No, you ain't lying.
Yeah, in the States and the feds at 4 o'clock count. All over the United States. Not in one state, all over the United States. So so that lets you know right there. You know what I'm saying? All over the United States, everybody. Just how many niggas is up at 4 o'clock?
Shit.
Or how you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, man. These people, it's a no-win situation. Everybody trying to be slick and all that kind of stuff. Hey, man, you just got to move and stay in your own lane. See, that's one thing about me. I never jumped in nobody else's lane or no nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'll be having people come to me with all kind of stuff. I'll be like, nah, I stay in my own lane, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna get me caught up. I'm not gonna sell no drugs. I don't take no drugs. I'm not doing none of that. And I'm not advising no youngsters to sell no drugs. I'm advising the youngsters to go back to school, go get your education and everything. And whatever you do, you know what I'm saying? That's on you. That's secondary. But you have to, you don't want just the bare minimum job where, I graduated from school, now I can graduate, I done graduated from school, now I can go get me such and such job. No, graduating from school gonna get you the same kind of job as a nigga that ain't graduated, a job at the gas station. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't climbing up the ladder, so you got to want to climb up the ladder, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what are some of the things as far as like you got in the works right now, life after the penitentiary, as far as in your future, what are some of the things you're trying to accomplish or goals you have set for yourself?
Well, really, I want like my kids. You know what I'm saying? I want to focus on them. Far as them, the 2 young ones that's going to school. You know what I'm saying? See what I can make happen with them, because I know it's important for me as being a parent. I have to guide their life. You know what I'm saying? I can't not step in and don't guide their life, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I would like to have everybody, get together with a group of kids every now and then, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Especially the ones that be, the wrong direction or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And let them know, you know what I'm saying, what's going on, I mean, because a child that be misguided and everything, with no instructions, I'll put it like this, be headed for self-destruction. You know what I'm saying? Look how the police just killed that youngster over there, you know what I'm saying? All that, shot him in the back 3 times.
Oh, I think Philadelphia.
Yeah, running away. Hey man, how do you run from the police and still get killed?
Yeah.
So I let you know.
Yeah.
You ain't got no gun. You can run with your hands up. Guess what? And they gonna still shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey man, So I mean, but I'm, we gonna get together and make appearance. You know what I'm saying? And with these kids that want to know about the streets and everything, you know what I'm saying?
So looking back, because I always get this question, looking back, what would you tell a young Kenny Red? Because I know there's a pivotal time as a youngster that can take you in either direction. I know for me, it was around 14, 15, the dope game. I was looking up to all the D-boys and hustlers and gangsters. And if I would have maybe had a different exposure, I might have went to a whole nother direction.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, I think it was so pivotal. But I know there was a time in your life where, like you said, you could have went different directions. What would you have told a young Kenny Red at that time?
Well, at that time, you talking about while I was in the street?
When you was young and like you said, you were very impressionable, and you felt like one decision kind of took you in a certain direction. And like I said, for me, it was around 14, 15. If I would have had somebody maybe in my ear and they could have told me something, if it would have been you, what would they have told you? What would you have told that young Kenny Red if you could have been in his ear at that age, knowing the potential he had? What would you have told him?
I would tell him stay PI until he DI. No, I'm playing. Well, I mean, it's like this. The things that I know now, if I'd have knew back then, I could have probably directed a whole lot of different people's life. You know what I'm saying? I probably could have been a coach leader or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But I would have directed a whole lot of people's life another way and let them know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, there's nothing wrong with working. You know what I'm saying? One thing I can't stand a thief. I can't stand a nigga that want to go steal from you or want to go rob you. I can't stand them. You know what I'm saying? That's a no-no. You know, because people work hard for their shit. I remember. I used to live in the Bay Area across the street from the beach. I remember that the girl, I had my mean coats and stuff over at the girl house, and somebody broke in the house, it was a condo, and stole my mean coats and some jewelry and all that kind of stuff. I couldn't do nothing but like, shit. Now I got to charge the bitch all over again because I remember me stealing and taking people's shit that I shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? And everything. You know what I'm saying? And but far as like with the youngsters and everything, you know what I'm saying? Far as, I would like to, sit down and talk to the youngsters and let them know, where they go wrong at and everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not just on film or they see Kenny Red all the time, but you know what I'm saying? But far as, hey man, we're gonna have a one-on-one. I'll be having a lot of people that call my phone because I left my phone number on the last interview that I did with Maroy, and people will call me and I have had people be like, Kenny Red, I appreciate that interview. I appreciate that game. I was feeling down and out and everything, or like my friend Black Hef, he sent me the word today and I sent it out to different people and all that kind of stuff and everything, But at the same time, I didn't have people be like, K Red, you didn't save my, you saved my life. I needed that. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? Put a smile on my face. It puts a smile on my face. When you can help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean that's just like the people on the corners. I give them my money, but I can't keep giving the same person my money because you ain't doing nothing. What you doing with my money? I can go fuck my own off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit, I've been staying here almost 10 years. Shit, I see the same people down on the corner doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Kenny Red, man, you taking the time out to really do this interview. I appreciate it, man. I know you're a busy man, and a lot of times people don't get to be, they're not able to be laced by a legend. And what I mean by that is not only what you've done throughout your life, but the fact that you're healthy, you're still, you know what I mean, walking around doing your thing. You're not a has-been. You know, a lot of cats, oh man, I used to do this, and like, damn.
Yeah, it ain't over.
You ain't got.
Yeah, it ain't over.
Yeah, you ain't got what nigga, you used to be the D-boy, now you a crackhead. I mean, it's like, come on, man, you can't give advice when you ain't gotten on the show.
Believe that.
So, you know, I think it's relevant that you know, share your wisdom with with our audience, man, and let them know, like, you know, this shit is real, man.
Well, one thing, let me say this. One thing about this, youngsters, I owe you guys the truth, you know what I'm saying, about the streets. I owe you guys that. And I'm telling you, youngsters, there's nothing wrong with having you a job. There's nothing wrong with you going to school. There's nothing wrong with you want to be positive. I always try to surround yourself around positive people. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, when you wake up with people with the negative stuff and everything, it's going to be a negative day for you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I try to surround myself with the positive things instead of the negative things, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing, and remember this too, for you youngsters, you niggas, hardheads, always have your own. Because guess what? You over there laying up on that chick, she'll kick you out anytime. You'll get kicked out. And guess what? If you ain't got no education and no money for no rainy day, yeah, you'll be on the street with that old war story. So I'm telling you, always have your own. Remember that, always have your own. Always try to have you some kind of hustle in your muscle. You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't, you will be on the street or be back at mama house at 29, 30, 40 years old, 50 years old, talking about what you should have did. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you this here. There's nothing wrong with common sense. There's nothing wrong with being friends with reality. See, a lot of people are not friends with reality. You know? So I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong. A lot of you guys worried about what the next person have to say about you, but you have to remember one thing. The next person is not paying your bills, you pay your own. But I'm telling you this here, further your education, further as you can go. There's nothing wrong with want to be a doctor and a lawyer. You can be a doctor and a lawyer and you still have your chick over in the strip joint. That's what they're doing anyway. You know what I'm saying? The doctors and the lawyer got strippers in the joint that's giving them a few dollars. Hey, when you go to work, come on home and put that same outfit on and got stripper poles up in the house and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just telling you, hey man, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And for you females out there, y'all got to get it together. You got to remember, if you want a pimp, a real pimp, a simp, or a joker, or a gangbanger, or whatever, being a hooker don't go with the gangbanger. Being a gangbanger don't go with the hooker stuff. Being a gangbanger is gangbanger. Being a hoe go with pimping. You know what I'm saying? But when you hoes run to the gangbangers and by the gang members or well, I'll just say the gangsters or whatever, by them not knowing the rules and regulations and everything, that's what make all the violence jump off. You know what I'm saying? No, nigga, okay, well, baby, give me the money. I'm going to go over and go kill this nigga. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to go hurt this nigga. And it don't go like that. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for everybody. Remember this. It's okay to have an understanding. Remember that. Remember one thing. When you go out there to go do something to a nigga because a chick done gave you 20,000 or 30, 40,000, remember one thing. That's small money and it's going to run out. It's going to run out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no way in the world you can give me some money to go kill a nigga. I wouldn't care how much it is, because guess what? If you ain't got no plan to do nothing with it, it's going to run out.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? It's over. So the best thing you can do, if you know that you're not a pimp and when a female come try to give you some money, you could tell her, you appreciate this contribution, but this ain't what you do. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time though, I'm gonna tell you youngsters again, hey man, go get your, further your education, you know what I'm saying? Further your life, want to be something, because remember one thing, you know what I'm saying? All the lights, camera, action, all that comes to an end. I don't give a damn what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that I ever seen somebody to kick back and do, because they didn't work for it. You know what I'm saying? See, if you don't work for it, you're going to be able to kick back and put your feet up and everything. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about getting up, going to hustle and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been ripping around the street a long, long time. Sometimes I want to just kick back and kick my feet up, but a lot of times I can't. You know why? Because I need a few coins in my cup. So I got to go get it, you know what I'm saying? But guess what though? I'm not gonna hurt nobody, I'm not gonna bother nobody or no nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the same time, you know what I'm saying? like I said, when remember one thing, your kids, you got to teach them right. So there's nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So just like I'm trying to teach you guys, there's nothing wrong. That's like Gorgeous Drake. Gorgeous Drake be on IG, giving the youngsters game and everything. And what the youngsters have to do, they have to soak their game up. You know what I'm saying? They have to. You have to. You said because they tell you the game is to be sold and not told. You see what I'm saying? But I mean, anybody that see this interview, they you know what I'm saying? Guess what? Somebody gonna appreciate it. If it ain't nothing but one person, somebody gonna appreciate it.
Well, before we go though, you gotta bless us with one of those stories, man. I know you got a bunch of stories out there. You know, these guys they're gonna be hitting me up. Big Herc, you didn't have them tell one of those crazy stories. I know you got a bunch of them, man. What's one of the crazy stories that you would like to share that you think is relevant to like the game itself?
Well, I remember me and Gangsta Brown and Philmo Slim, and a few of my other partners, we was in San Francisco on the track, and I seen it on I think it was Willie Dynamite. Remember when they took Willie to jail and drove his car? The same shit happened to me. Me and Gangsta and Philmo ducked off in the club, and I had that burgundy Fleetwood and everything. These motherfuckers came in the bar, took us to jail, took my keys, and drove my Cadillac behind the paddy wagon and took us to jail. You know what I'm saying? And they got out before I did. I was the last one to get out. And so when I was like, damn, man, you know, I said, what we going to jail for? For lauder, how we laudering? And we inside the club, you know what I'm saying? So when I got out, you know what I'm saying? I was like, baby, we seen the Vice driving your car. Doing up the hill and everything, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't beat us up. They didn't do all of those crazy shit and everything. You know what I'm saying, man? I done been through a whole lot of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? With the police, I'm in Washington, D.C. Detective Jones told me. I mean, he told a lot of the people, say, you know Kenny Red? They was like, yeah, that's the homeboy. They say, man, that Kenny Red is a bad motherfucker. He come through here with 5 or 6 hoes, in a Cadillac, with no driver license and no spare tire. I mean, back in our day, we had fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know when you could knock a nigga for a bitch and everything. You know what I'm saying? And and the nigga be like, okay,
they respect it.
Yeah, they respect it. It's like my partner Dennis Jones. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Jones, we be in New York. Dennis Jones knock a nigga for his bitch and go get his picture put on a newspaper and sit it on the knock on the nigga door. If nigga don't answer, put the newspaper on the nigga door so a nigga know, nigga serving him the news. He got the bitch and gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See all this back. It ain't where let me go over here and holler at this nigga. I gotta take a pistol. See, it wasn't none of that.
Yeah.
You know
all that violence and type of bull.
No, it wasn't none of that, man. I don't even know what these people just be getting all this violence and all that kind of stuff from, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, hey, here's a chick. Go get with you. Go give you. Well, let me get her 5 or 10,000, and then leave you the next day and beat it when it got with Joe Bob over here, and then now you mad at Joe Bob. You want to do something to Joe Bob, but now she done left him over here and gone somewhere. Come on, man, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? At all, man.
A lot of fly-by-night shit.
Man, jackrabbits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now you see me, now you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't work like that, man. But like I said, though, man, hey, man, the only thing I'm going to do is just keep on just doing me, going to the gym, you know, but first of all, keep God first and thank the good Lord for me being here, you know, living, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And that's what it's about, just living. That's what Bishop, you know, just like Bishop, I be talking to Bishop Don Juan, you know, it's my friend, personal friend of mine. He be like, no, Kenny, I'm just glad to be here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look at the Pawn Star man down there where everybody be going. You see, he just died. Yeah, he just died. He's 77. Shit, my dad's 79.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The man that died, man, got all that money and everything. It ain't no good. See, that's what the youngsters, they fail to realize that. People be talking about, you can't take it. Yeah, you can take it with you. They gonna bury it with you, but you ain't gonna spend it though. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So nigga better have something, man. But like I say though, man, first of all, everybody really better get their morals and principles together,
That's
man.
right.
Cause these people not playing, man. These people, hey, I'm not putting nothing past these people. Them people don't bother me, and I don't bother them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I done seen the people like, hey, Kenny Red, or hey, how you doing? I keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? One thing, he old now. He ain't bothered. I ain't bothering nobody.
That's right.
You know, I just want to just do me, man.
Well, I really appreciate it, man. This interview, man. This is, made the trip all the worthwhile out here in Sin City. Yeah. Kenny Red, a legend, an OG. You know, somebody who's been through the game. And for you youngsters out there, pay attention, man. pull your pants up, man. Recognize some game. A lot of y'all run around here ain't got a clue. And we
what
try
to
keep,
do.
Yeah, we try to lace y'all up, man.
Yeah.
So this is our contribution back to y'all.
Yeah.
Big Herc, Fresh Out, Life After the Penitentiary.
Yeah.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.